The Toronto Maple Leafs are linked to a future star, as well as this is horrible for Connor Bedard. I'll break all this down for you coming up on this episode of Hat Trick HQ. But before we get into it, just want to say we're on the road for 3,000 subscribers here on the channel. So if you're not already subscribed, make sure to go down below, hit that subscribe button. We'll be here daily giving you NHL updates, so you don't want to miss any of them. Go down below, hit that subscribe button. But with that said, let's get right into the first topic video, which is Connor Bedard goes down with injury. And as we see here from Frank Cervelli, he says, Connor Bedard underwent surgery on Monday to repair his fractured jaw. And Bedard is expected to miss approximately 6 to 8 weeks, meaning Blackhawks will unfortunately need an injury replacement at the NHL All-Star Game. And if you missed this, obviously this is a result of the hit, I believe was from Smith on New Jersey, who hit him a little kind of high, got a little forearm up in the jaw area. It was a clean hit in my opinion. Dawson Mercer kind of come across with the poke check, and Bedard was just trying to get out of it, trying to get a pass out of there, and he kind of lost his vision for just a split second and ended up getting hit there. And he's just so used to splitting through the D with ease and not getting contact. And right here, unfortunately, he did get hit, and it led to a fractured jaw. This is not what you want to hear. This is Connor Bedard. He is the future of the NHL. He's on such a great pace this season. As we take a look here, he's had 33 points through 39 games here on the Chicago Blackhawks team. And as of right now, he leads rookies in points with 33, along with goals and assists. He leads the rookies in all categories, point-wise, and I mean, like I said, this is just horrible news. This is a guy who was having such a great start to his career, had so much hype around him, had so much media hype around this guy. Everybody was excited to see him play, and he's been playing phenomenal here with the Chicago Blackhawks. I mean, even on a team that's kind of struggling right now, I believe they're 12-27 as I'm recording this video. So I really do think they're just taking precaution here. I mean, he could have come back with a fishbowl and, you know, probably played this out maybe. We're not behind the scenes. We don't really know what's happening there. But we've seen this in the past where players with fractured jaws have come back with fishbowls and played it out. But I think the Blackhawks did the right thing here, taking the precautionary action of just getting them to get the surgery, taking the time out. They're not in a place where they're going to be competing this year. So let this guy recover. Let this guy, fully recover from this injury and go again next season or later on in this season. And, I mean, like I said, it just sucks for NHL fans. This guy, he's been electric to watch this year. He's been splitting through the deep and pulling off some amazing, puck moving plays this so far early on this season. Been scoring goals, hit the Michigan one time too. So this guy has been just a show to watch out there on the ice. And it really sucks to see this guy go down because he was a shoe-in to win the Calder Trophy this year, and I believe maybe he will get it next year, or maybe he'll come back and he may still be up there to win it. I mean, 6 to 8 weeks is a long time to go out when you have a guy like Adam Fantilli, Marco Rossi, and these guys like this who are just having phenomenal rookie seasons as well. But really hope that Connor Bedard, has a successful recovery and can get back to playing hockey, because I'm really excited to see what the future holds for this guy. I believe he's going to have a terrific career here in Chicago, and it's just the beginning. They're starting to rebuild now. Connor Bedard is going to be the face of the NHL in a few years, so I'm really excited to see what the future holds for Connor Bedard. But right now, get well from everybody here at Hat Trick HQ. But we're going to get into the second topic here, which is the Leafs are linked to a future star. And as we take a look here, per his agent, the Coyotes, Bruins, Leafs, and the Red Wings are showing interest in Maxim Tsyplakov of the KHL, as he's on a career year right now, having 22 goals and 10 assists for 32 points in 48 games in the KHL this season. And I mean, this is something we've seen from the Leafs in the past from Kyle Dubas. We haven't seen Brad Treliving have an international signing as of right now, since being the Leafs GM this season. But we've seen Dubas bring in guys like Ilya Mikheyev, Barabanov as well from the KHL, just some international signings. The guys who have worked out here in the NHL who are still on NHL contracts, like Ilya Mikheyev. And, I mean, this could be another option for the Toronto Maple Leafs. It's not going to be this year. It will be over the offseason, because as we see here, the Leafs, they're going to have to scour the earth for depth scoring, with Nylander's contract now taking a chunk of their cap next season. And they say, for reference right now, Panarin, when he came over, he did sign a $3.5 million AAV in his first year in the NHL. But Panarin is on a little bit more, was on a little bit more of a high point total than Tsyplakov is right now, and he said mostly performance bonus base, getting a potential 20 to 30 goal scorer at that price will be crucial for the Leafs next season, where they're kind of under a little bit of a cap crunch. And as we take a look here at Tsyplakov's stats so far throughout this season. Right now, he has 32 points in 48 games. Like I just said, he's on a career year right now. Last year, he only had 25 points in 63 games, so he has stepped it up quite a bit. He's a 25-year-old forward, and he's playing over in the KHL right now. Right wing, left-handed shot. He has a great shot, NHL caliber shot, in my opinion. I really do think we see Brad and the Toronto Maple Leafs take a look at this guy. Because, I mean, we've seen in the past where Leafs have signed international guys for a low price, and they have worked out for them. We've seen it with Ilya Mikheyev in the past. Like I said, I mean, if you bring this guy in, say, maybe, $1 to $2.5 million range for 1 year, try to test him out, put him on that third line, maybe that fourth line, see how he works out. You might get 15 to 30 goals out of this guy. I'm expecting him, in the first year of his career. Right now, I believe he has 21 over in the K, so you could potentially see him score 20 goals here in the NHL in the bottom six role. So it'd be really nice to see this guy kind of come over from Europe and get implemented in this Leafs lineup at a cheaper cost, so that the Leafs can go out, get a bigger name this offseason, maybe a bigger name defenseman, maybe a top six guy, or maybe they just make room to re-sign guys like Domi. It'll be really interesting to see what happens here. And as we take a look here, this is just Artemi Panarin when he came over from the KHL. He was averaging 62 points in 54 games, and then as soon as he came over in the NHL, he had 77 points in 80 games. But obviously, Artemi Panarin was, a household name at that point in time, I believe, when he came over. He was more like a Kaprizov situation in recent years. Everybody expected this guy to sign and just light it up over here in the NHL. And this is a guy who I think could surprise a lot of people. I think he could be a star in this league. He's only 25 years of age, and he's on a career year. He's improved drastically from last season to this season. So maybe the Leafs do give him a shot where they're cutting this cap crunch. They bring in this guy, hope he gets 20 goals, and see what happens for a season with him. And like I said, with Ilya Mikheyev, it was kind of the same situation. I believe he signed for under $1 million. He had 45 points in 62 games. So this is what we're expecting Tsyplakov to have this season in the KHL. He came over his first year in 39 games, had 23 points, but then later on he had a 20-goal season in 2021-22 with 32 points. So you never know what to expect when these guys come over, because some of these guys may crack under the pressure of being in Toronto, but I really do think that this guy is special. I think he has a great shot, and he's a great playmaker as well. And I think the Leafs should take a stab at him, because if they don't, I believe the Yotes will, the Bruins will. There's a lot of teams looking at this guy. He's the next KHL star to come over, so I'm really excited. Really hope that Brad and these guys and the Toronto Maple Leafs take a look at this guy, because this could be a really cheap option for you next year to bring over in a year where you're in a cap crunch. You need to sign, what is it, like 6 to 7 guys next year with the guys expiring this year. So this could be a cheap option for them to bring in, maybe use him as a 7th forward or as a 10th forward, I mean, and maybe he makes the third line, maybe he makes the fourth line, maybe he makes his mark here in the NHL next season. But it is a risk. It's a high risk, high reward situation, in my opinion. But it'll be really interesting to see what happens with Tsyplakov, where he signs, and how he performs next season. I really hope that we see him in the NHL next season. But we're going to get everybody's favorite topic here, and that is comment of the day. And the comment of the day today goes to our boy Daniel, day one supporter here on the channel. Shout out to you, Daniel. He says, great video as always. Boys, keep them coming. Trade deadline day, you boys should rock a live stream for it. I think it'd be fun. And this is something that me and Mark were talking about. It'd be really fun to do a live stream throughout trade deadline day. I know we're planning on pumping out a lot of videos with when the trades come out, but maybe this live is something we do look at, because we miss doing them. We're just trying to find time in our schedules so we can both do them at the same time. So it'll be really fun. Maybe we do a live. Let us know down in the comment section. What do you think? Should we rock a live stream for trade deadline day? Let us know. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure to go down below, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Like I said, we're on the road for 3,000 subscribers, so I'd really appreciate it if you went down, hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoy the NHL, make sure to check out this video popping up on your screen right now. But as always, I've been your host, KC. Keep your stick on the ice.